The Leonor nobody shows you in the news. When the news talks about Princess Leonor, the images are almost always the same. A perfectly tailored military uniform, a carefully delivered speech, a formal state ceremony, a royal wave. Everything appears polished, dignified, and almost effortless. But here's the question. Is that really who Princess Leonor is? Or are we only seeing the version that official cameras are meant to capture? The truth is, behind every carefully planned royal appearance is a young woman whose life is far more demanding and perhaps far more relatable than many people realize. Today, we're looking beyond the headlines to discover the Leonor that most news reports rarely show. Not through rumors or gossip, but through the realities of the extraordinary life she leads. More than a royal headline to millions of people, Princess Leonor is simply Spain's future queen. But before she is a future monarch, she is also a daughter, a sister, a student, and a young woman growing into adulthood. Those parts of her life rarely dominate newspaper headlines. The media naturally focuses on official ceremonies because those are the moments the public is invited to see. Yet those public appearances make up only a small part of her life. Most of her time is spent preparing, not performing. The student behind the crown long before military uniforms and state ceremonies became regular parts of her life, Leonor was focused on school. She studied at, where she completed the International Baccalaureate alongside students from many different countries. At school, she experienced a more ordinary environment than many people expected. There were classes, assignments, exams, group projects. Like her classmates, she had to balance deadlines with daily responsibilities. Those years helped shape the person behind the royal title. Discipline that cameras rarely capture today, Leonor's military training has become one of the most visible parts of her preparation. But official photographs show only brief moments. They don't show the early mornings, the physical exhaustion, the classroom lessons, the long hours of practice. Military life is built on discipline, repetition, and resilience. Most of that work happens long before photographers arrive. The polished public image begins with countless unseen hours of preparation. The quiet confidence, one of Leonor's defining qualities, is something that receives surprisingly little attention. She rarely seeks the spotlight. She doesn't have a public personal social media account. She doesn't give frequent interviews. She doesn't publicly comment on every issue. Instead, she allows her official duties to speak for themselves. In today's world, where visibility often seems to equal influence, that quiet confidence makes her stand out. Family before formality. Whenever the royal family appears together, the public sees official smiles and carefully organized ceremonies. What viewers don't usually see are the quieter family moments. The support of her parents, and her close relationship with her younger sister. The Spanish royal household has consistently protected those personal moments, allowing them to remain family memories rather than public events. Learning before leading. One aspect of Leonor's life that rarely makes headlines is how much time she spends learning. Future monarchs don't simply inherit responsibility. They prepare for it over many years. She studies constitutional principles, history, diplomacy, languages, public institutions. She meets experts, advisors, military officers, and public officials. These lessons don't produce dramatic photographs, but they may be the most important part of her journey. Living with constant expectations. Most people only see Leonor during major ceremonies. What they don't see is the pressure that comes with every appearance. Every speech is carefully prepared. Every official visit requires planning. Every gesture is observed. There are expectations from government officials, royal advisors, international media, and the public. Maintaining composure under that level of scrutiny requires remarkable self-discipline. Growing up while the world watches. Most young adults are free to make mistakes privately. Leonor doesn't have that luxury. Every public appearance contributes to the image people form of Spain's future queen. That reality has likely accelerated her maturity. Over the years, viewers have watched her grow from a shy child into a confident young woman comfortable addressing national audiences. That transformation didn't happen overnight. It came through years of preparation and experience. The person behind the protocol, royal protocol, often creates the impression that monarchs are distant figures. Yet Leonor's public appearances frequently reveal moments of warmth. A genuine smile, a relaxed conversation with children, an encouraging interaction during an official visit. These small moments remind people that behind centuries of royal tradition stands a real person, someone learning, growing, and carrying responsibilities unlike almost anyone else her age. Why we rarely see this side. Some people wonder why the media doesn't show more of Leonor's everyday life. The answer is relatively simple. The Spanish royal household places a high value on protecting her privacy. This allows her to develop away from constant public exposure while gradually assuming greater official responsibilities. It's a deliberate balance between transparency and personal space. The Leonor of tomorrow, perhaps the most interesting version of Leonor, isn't the one we see today. it's the one she's becoming. Each speech adds confidence. Each military exercise builds experience. Each official visit develops diplomatic skills. The future queen is being shaped quietly, one responsibility at a time. By the time she eventually ascends the throne, much of that preparation will have happened away from television cameras. Conclusion: the Leonor we see in the news is real, but she's only part of the story. Beyond the ceremonies, uniforms, and headlines is a young woman committed to learning, serving, and preparing for a future unlike any other. Her most important work often happens when no cameras are present. Perhaps that's why the Leonor nobody shows you in the news is also the Leonor who may matter most. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more thoughtful stories about Europe's royal families. And let us know in the comments, what quality do you think is most important for a future queen: confidence, discipline, empathy, or experience? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.